Hi everyone, my name is Iqrah and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another Make-Really craft video. This box was for the month of June and we were gonna make a Terrazzo clock. As always, the box came with a handy-dandy step-by-step instruction sheet. There was also a card with a bit of pun in it that said, "It's me time." The materials included masking tape, sponge, the coolest part of the craft, some colorful terrazzo tiles that I had a great fun playing with, the clock mechanism, and the other parts of the clock like washer, screw and hands, an acetate sheet, a wooden mixer and dowel, an envelope with plaster and instruction on how to make it, and lastly, sandpaper. That's pretty much it. So let's get started with the craft now. First up, you take the hexagonal template and cut around the outer edges. Next, you take a scrap piece of cardboard and place the template on top of it. Outline the edges, including the triangular dips. Then take a ruler and a pen to draw a smaller hexagon inside, using the triangular dips as a guide. You should now have a template with a bordered hexagon. After that, you'll just cut the cardboard template along the outer edges. Now it is time to score the inner lines. I had no idea what scoring meant, so I had to Google it. Basically, scoring is creating a dent on your paper or material so that it is easier to fold along those lines. So I went ahead and scored the inner hexagonal edges with the help of a wooden mixer and a ruler. You can pretty much use whatever you like as long as it gets the job done. We then used masking tape to close all the gaps. Make sure to secure all gaps as properly as you can. If you have tape to spare, cover the entire template with tape. You should now have a sturdy hexagonal cardboard which will be used as mold for the clock. Now take your paper template again and cut off along the inner hexagon. We will use this as the template to cut out a hexagon from the acetate sheet. So take your acetate sheet, place the template on top, outline it with a pen and cut it out. Check if your acetate sheet fits well in the cardboard mold. Now we're going to poke a hole at the center of the cardboard and acetate sheet with the help of whatever tools are available to you. Make use of a pen, pin or anything sharp at first. Keep making the hole bigger so that the dowel can eventually pass through. I also went ahead and covered the dowel with masking tape. Now it is time to assemble the mold. Place the acetate sheet on top of the cardboard and pop the dowel through both of them to secure everything together. Then place it on a container so that the dowel does not make it wobbly. It is finally time to work with the terrazzo tiles. Lay out the tiles on the mold. I pretty much just picked up a few of them and placed it randomly. I placed the pattern side of the tiles facing upward and the smooth side down. But this is more of a personal choice. If you don't like the design, just remove them and repeat the random process till you are satisfied. Then keep it aside. It is time to prepare the plaster now. Take a disposable container and add about 175 ml of water. Then take your powder and keep adding and stirring it in the container. Make sure to keep mixing it to avoid clumps. Once all the powder has been mixed, immediately pour it on the mold. Shake and thump it so it is set properly. Now my fidgety self ended up poking it with my finger so it wasn't smooth. You need to leave this to set for about an hour. It should be hard enough to be removed from the mold, but it will still feel a little warm to touch. It is time to peel away the mold. I did not find it hard to peel the mold from the cardboard and acetate sheet, but it was a considerable task trying to remove the dowel. I was being so rough that I thought I'd break it, but luckily I was successful at taking out the dowel while keeping the clock intact. Next, take a little bit of water in a container and with the help of a wet sponge, rub the surface of the clock in order to reveal the colorful terrazzo tiles. I also ended up using the copper carving tool from the previous craft to help me reveal the tiles. If you haven't watched that craft, make sure you do. I'll link it in the description below. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Then cut little pieces of the sandpaper to shape the clock. My edges were not even at all, so I had to spend quite a lot of time making it somewhat even. But even if it's not perfectly symmetrical, it can still pass as modern art at the end of the day. You need to let your clock dry fully for at least a day or two, but I got busy with life, so I left it for about a week until I got around to assembling the clock mechanism. I also went out to buy transparent nail polish. This step is totally optional. I wanted a bit of shine in my tiles, so I thought I'd do this. I was actually pretty happy with this effect. Anyways, let's finish this craft by assembling the clock. To assemble your clock, you need a AA battery, the mechanism, the hands, washer and screw. First, place the black washer over the shaft of the clock, then the box mechanism. Now holding it sturdily, flip the clock and place the gold washer and screw on top. Fix it securely so that nothing wobbles around. Then place your hour hand, then the minute hand and second hand in that order. Finally, pop in the battery and hopefully your clock should start working. So there it is! Ta-da! June's month's Makerly craft is done. I did not really have a clock in my house, I just relied on my phone, so this craft was actually a helpful addition to my house. Hope you enjoyed watching this craft. If you do end up making it, please share it with me. I'll be posting my art creations on my Instagram, so if you want to follow it, go ahead. Also, subscribe. Please subscribe because I'm trying to reach 200 subs. And while you're at it, maybe share, like and comment. That's all for now. Okay, bye!